Hey y'all, Jamie, that's me here, honey. And yes, I am back. I'm back for us to get into a few more interviews from the Islanders. And I want us to talk about Pepe and Iris's interview. We also have to get into Nicolandria's interview as well. Now, if you have not seen me talk about the interview that Chris did, as well as Huda, be sure to go and check that video out as well. All right. Also, if you're new to the channel and you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. And also be sure to like this video as well. So first things first, I want to clear up some things, okay? I did a video the other day on Pepe's interview that he did with the toast, and she asked him a question, and I actually want to get that question audio up here on the screen so that we can listen to it together, and then I'm going to be correcting myself. Let's check out this audio.
And when TJ got sent home, she was kind of like done with the show. And I said,
Right.
just wait, there's something brewing. And lo and behold, we got Papyrus. Now, you guys did not win, which I'll get into later in the show because I'm devastated about. But I think, and based on some of the things I've seen on social media of you guys in the airport, like you are actively still in a couple, correct?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
are you
we
like
are.
exclusive, seeing other people?
When I think, yeah, I mean, that's how I date. So I wouldn't want to do anything differently nowadays, right?
I mean, that's such a refreshing take to hear from
All right, so that is the audio. And when I first heard it, I heard it as when she asked him, are you exclusive or you guys are seeing other people? I was thinking he was responding to the latter part of what was being said, but he actually was responding to the initial part, which is the fact that he and Iris are indeed exclusive. Okay, so disregard the commentary that I gave on that about him likely not caring at all about her linking up with TJ because the relationship was open, but it actually is not. However, they do go on and they do address the TJ situation of it all in a separate interview, and we are going to talk about it. All right. So in this interview, Iris decided to clear up the link up. Of course, she was asked about TMZ catching her out with old boy, okay, Mr. TJ, and it looks like it was late at night and they were trying to enter a building or whatever it was. And she does admit, as Pepe is sitting right next to her, cuddling her with full understanding that she did go and have this sit down with TJ. And she pretty much says that it was like a closure discussion for them, right? She wanted to explain to him how she felt and how she is feeling. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that I correct that. And she just wanted to, for things to come to an end, which is not much different than what it seems Pepe may want to have with Hannah. At some point, if they are given the opportunity to chat, he will share his thoughts. They will talk. But ultimately, at this particular time, it looks like Pepe and Iris are indeed focusing on each other. And I have to say, watching them in that interview, I believe that it was with Access, they seem to be just as cozy and cuddled up with each other as they were in the villa. So they are really taking a liking to each other. All right. And I don't know. I don't think I really saw all of that. Well, I'm lying. I was gonna say I didn't see Iris like that with TJ, but actually I did see Iris like that with TJ. I just feel like we had more time to see Iris with Pepe like that, whether we fast forwarded the scenes or not, right? They were really all into each other. So I don't know, y'all. This might be a thing. I mean, it might last. We shall see. But right now, they're having a good time. So good for them. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Iris does clear up some things. Okay. She definitely clears up some stuff when it comes to Nicolandria. Because a lot of us felt like it was fake. It's not real. It ain't real. It ain't even real. A lot of us had things to say, and she wanted to be very clear that no, Nicolandria, yeah, it's given very much so real. So I just wanted to clear that up for any of the people out there in the comments saying those things. Yeah, girl, that's what I'm just telling y'all. That is what my girl said. It's real, y'all. All right. Now, speaking of Nicolandria, let us get into the interview that they also had. So they had two different interviews. One was with Access, the other was with ET. And I want us to touch on those things. Okay. First of all, this is not new to us that Olandria is very overwhelmed after coming out of the villa. Okay. This is a newfound fame that she has never seen before. And it is a lot to take in. Not only all of the love that she's been receiving, but some of the hate and the hacking of her TikTok, right? So my girl has been going through a lot, but she definitely credits Nick for being her support system throughout all of this and calming her, keeping her calm. And she also pretty much talked about how Nick over there giving her princess treatment. I love that for her. Okay, I love that for her. Can I also say in the interviews, you could literally tell she was holding his hand. Like the way her hand was like off to the side, I was like, okay, she's holding his hand this whole time, or at least she's rubbing his leg. And at some point throughout the interview, they talk and she kind of holds like it's a natural movement that she does, and she kind of shows it as she's like trying to talk with her hands. And that's when I see I was right. They were holding hands this whole time. I like that for Olandria. I like that for Olandria. I want my girl to feel like she is in her femininity. She says Nick allows her to be soft. I love that. When she's obsessive over comments, he's like, nope, put the phone down, relax, calm, just take a breather. So I like that. I like that he's showing up for her in that way, trying to keep her out of his head. I mean, out of her head, right? Keep her out of her head with the things that people are saying, because people can be just so nasty and so rude, child. And I think that's great. Now, another thing that I noticed, okay, and I'm sure y'all noticed it too, when she got ready to talk about Nick and how he supported her, she took her hand, brushed it over his head, and rubbed down to his neck. I said, Olandria, did you put that cootie toy on his face? Now, I don't think they got that far. Even though he's saying they doing things that girlfriends and boyfriends do, hon. And remember, at once upon a time, Olandria was tooting that booty up at that man. So I don't know what they done did. But the connection is connectioning, okay, at this particular time. All right. But yeah, so Nick says that he has loved seeing her in her softness and sharing their insecurities with each other and pretty much bringing down those walls that Olandria may have had up. Because I think at one point she talks about how she didn't always feel understood in the villa, but for some reason Nick always got her, at least when it came to the guys, right? So Nick talks about liking their journey that they're on and the struggles that they went through to get to each other. Olandria did wish that she would have saw things much sooner. And I completely understand Olandria, because I feel like you saying that, I'm saying that, I feel like your journey would not have gotten rough had you been with a person that was into you the entire time. And that's where I feel like producers dropped the ball. Y'all had something going with that blindfolding kiss challenge, and to not reveal to the islanders who kissed who, that definitely would have gave her an opportunity to explore. I don't know where things went wrong with that. And I'm so sorry, but you guys are here now, and I guess things do happen for a reason. And even though you guys did not pair up sooner, as a lot of us would have liked, y'all still ended up being runner ups to winning the damn show. You know what I'm saying? And this sound bad, and it's no shade to my papayas, because I love my papayas, honey. But it do seem like Nick and Olandria is getting more publicity than the damn papayas, who is the winners. Okay, but we're gonna keep going, right? Um, yeah, she talks about watching their journey and stuff, more so like that final date and everything they went through and stuff. And she just gets emotional just from watching it, right? And I'm sure she gets emotional from watching the edits that so many of you guys created for them. Now, Olandria says the turning point for her when it came to being more into Nick was really that kiss that happened in Soul Ties, because she did feel a connection. She did feel a connection. But what happened was guilt was eating away at her, and she felt bad. I think it was two things happening with Olandria. One, she was feeling guilty because she and Sierra were friends. And she knows how Sierra was feeling over in Casa Amor when it came to Nick before they even left. That's one. Two, I also feel like she may have thought to herself, if I allow myself to be open anymore to Nick than what I am, I probably would not get that opportunity to be back with Taylor. I was going to say Jeremiah, but be back with Taylor. And I think that may have been something else that was on her mind, because I think at the time she didn't realize that her and Taylor were just completely done. I don't think she realized that. So I think those were two things in her head. Now, after the doors were closed on their other connections, she said she wanted them to just enjoy their days together. And it just went from there. She said she felt like people didn't really see her or understand her in the villa, but Nick did. And Nick wants Olandria. They talk about living and everything, and he wants her to relocate. He wants her to relocate to Los Angeles, but y'all know she's a Southern girl. She's from Alabama. She's living in Texas. She likes it there. And she's a little apprehensive about relocating to Los Angeles. It is something she is considering, but she's not sold on it just yet. Okay. But Nick is a Southern guy too. Isn't he from Florida? I don't know. He may live in Los Angeles at this time with him being a nurse. Nick could also be a travel nurse. Nick could take jobs all over the place. Really, Nick, you can go and get you a contract job down in Texas for maybe 6 months or so and further that connection that you have with Olandria while you're there. So that's possible. And that may be something he may consider, right? Nick also, now let me go back. I feel like Olandria, step out. Step out, love. Step out. Give yourself some time in Los Angeles. See what it's like. See how you love it. I definitely can see Olandria being an LA girl. I can. A Southern girl living in LA, I could definitely see it. A lot of people that I'm familiar with, from the South went over to LA and they're making it. So I think that you definitely can too. Now, Nick says that he wants to address things at the reunion when it comes to Jeremiah. Okay. He said he's trying to address things when it comes to Jeremiah, Sierra, Beldasha. He just got some things he got to get off his chest, honey. Okay. I think Beldasha may have said some stuff and how she may have felt he handled her in comparison to Sierra. Of course, Jeremiah has been talking a little slick because he felt the way about the guys getting rid of him so early in the game, and obviously, he has things to address with Sierra, but I also find it interesting because at this time, he's not really open to a chat with Sierra. Now, the host did ask him if he plans on talking to her, and he's like, listen, at this time, that's not something that I'm really focused on right now. I want to focus on the connection I have with Olandria, so I'm not really trying to have a chat with Sierra. However, it seems like he got some things he want to address with her, though, but not so much as, you know, anything else. I don't know. We shall see how that's going to play out. Now, Olandria says when it comes to her and who she wants to talk to, she says she's making a list. Don't come for me, girl. I'm just telling you what it is. Olandria said that she is indeed making a list of people she gonna come for and things she would like to address because the people have been having a lot of things to say. She said she been watching interviews. People been having her name in their mouth, honey. And if you ask me, I wonder if Jalen is one of those people. I don't think Jalen has said anything negative at all. I don't think so. But I'm wondering if he say anything for her to want to like come at him. I'm not sure. Y'all let me know, okay? What else we got over here? So Olandria says that she and Taylor are cool and she was never mad at him moving on, right? She says that was never her issue. She wasn't mad at him moving on. It was just more so about how he handled things ultimately. So she had a problem with that. And I feel like she kind of made that clear in the villa, although I think that she was a bit upset with him moving on. Right? Because, I mean, it shocked her. She wasn't surprised. Like, he and Taylor and Olandria both talked about how good their connection was in the villa. So I could understand if she was pressed about him moving on because she wasn't expecting that. But, that's just what she says. All right. All right. And more that I wanted us to get into with their interview, they were asked about the kiss and soul ties. We pretty much got into that, I do believe, of them saying that, the next day they talked about how they were just friends. And the interviewer was pretty much like, do you feel like you guys were lying to yourself? And I noticed that Olandria kind of like nodded her head. Okay. She also said that Amaya definitely defended them down along with Miss Iris, letting people know that the connection that they have, Nicolandria, is not fake. All right. And their relationship or whatnot is very much so real. Now, again, they also said in this interview, as Nick has said in previous interviews, that they are not putting a label on their relationship at this time. They are only going to be taking their time and continuing to pace things. I think that it's because, one, Miss Olandria is a slow burn, and I don't know how the relationships have worked out for her in the past, and maybe she just wants to take a different approach as well in hopes that things last between them. All right. Was there anything else that they talked about? Olandria did say that she never knew that Taylor was not attracted to her. She didn't learn that until getting out of the villa. That wasn't something that she knew because the vibes and how everything were in the villa was completely different. So she never had a question about whether he liked her or not. So that's interesting. And I wonder if he's going to be addressing that at the damn reunion. Hello? They also talked about whether or not they're going to watch the show. Of course, Nick is like, listen, I need a break. We lived it for 2 months. I just need some time to myself at this point. Okay. I feel like the edits that they're giving us is enough to get us by. And Olandria is like, true. However, I do think that it makes sense for us to watch it in an effort to go into the reunion, with the right tools or whatever. And I think that's good too. For two reasons. One, you guys can watch the edits and you can get what it is that you want, but also keep in mind that those edits are also what the people wanted to portray. Now you got to see how production were portraying you guys out to be. That is why I think that is pivotal that you all do go and watch most, if not all, of the show. All right. I know it's going to be cringy. I know you're not going to want to see yourselves, but at least go and watch it so that you know how to go into the reunion prepared, because maybe how the show looks to certain people, right? It may help explain why a lot of the audience responded the way that they did. Right. And then maybe if you watch how editing played out, maybe you'll understand why some people may have said what they said in their interviews, because now you get to see it from a different perspective, right? Stepping outside of the situation. So I think that ultimately that would be a good idea for them to do. You all leave your thoughts and comments down below on everything. But before we go, I do want to get into this clip of Miss Huda. All right. I want to get into this clip of Huda and her talking about everything that took place in the villa as far as her being bullied. Okay. So let us tap into that really quickly.
I feel like I was bullied a lot in the villa. Like I really do. And I'm glad that other people saw it too. Because it's like I really 100% thought that I was being bullied in the villa, and everyone's just like, we wouldn't.
This pisses me off because her fan base has her believing that she was bullied, but she wasn't bullied. How are you being bullied if you're trying to have a conversation with Chelley and Chelley's not interested in talking to you? And actually, she's saving you, because if she were to have a conversation with you, it's only going to make things worse, because she may say something that she doesn't want to say or shouldn't say, or whatever the case is. She was saving the both of y'all. She felt like she would have that talk with you when she is ready. And when she talked, she just kept it straight up with you. Nobody was really bullying you. Even Amaya checked on you. You wanted to walk around and soap and feel away because everybody in the villa just felt like you were doing too much. Nobody was going to really treat you different. You chose to mope around and act like, oh, they're trying to treat me different. Da, da, da. So even when Amaya tried to talk to you, you said you don't want to talk. But then if you didn't want to talk, why did you go over there and sit near the girls anyway? Right? So I can't agree to that bullying. I don't think she was bullied in the villa. I don't. I don't think she was bullied at all. But let's keep going.
Never intentionally do things to hurt you, like blah blah blah. And like people are saying all these things to me. I'm just like, am I being crazy? Like, am I losing my mind here? And then, coming out of the villa and like seeing that I wasn't crazy. Like when I felt like someone was looking at me and making fun of me, I was right. When I felt like someone was talking about me, I was right. When I felt things shifting in a certain person, I was right. Like I realized I should have just trusted my intuition in the villa. Like I really do. And I'm glad that other people saw it too. Because it's like I really 100% thought that I was being bullied in the villa, and everyone's just like, we would never intentionally do things to hurt you, like blah blah blah. And like people are saying all these things to me. I'm just like, am I being crazy? Like, am I losing my mind here? And then, coming out of the villa and like seeing that I wasn't crazy. Like when I felt like someone was looking at me and making fun of me, I was right. When I felt like someone was talking about.
That's not bullying. That's not bullying. They all sat aside in their area, and yes, they were chatting about you. I will definitely agree to that. When she was looking over there, smiling or whatever, everybody over there chatting, talking, feeling uncomfortable, saying what they saying. Okay, that definitely happened. If that is that bullying, no. I don't think that was bullying. I do think that could have been, if you want to feel like backstabbing, maybe they were talking about you behind your back. But other than that, that's not bullying at all. Okay. And what was crazy also, when you said somebody looking at you funny, that kind of makes me think about Hannah. And when you came over there to complain, Hannah was kind of like laughing a little bit. And everybody slowly got up and they just casually walked off. I just don't feel like that's bullying. In my opinion, you rightfully made people feel uncomfortable to the point that people didn't really want to be around you. So yeah, you have to take account for your own actions, but people got you feeling like you were justified and in the right. I can't agree to that.
I mean, I was right. When I felt things shifting in a certain person, I was right. Like I realized I should have just trusted my intuition, because I was right in a lot of case scenarios.
Because I was right in a lot of case scenarios. Child, who are you listening to? But anywho, That's what's going on with Miss Huda, and this little clip that's going around surfacing of her feeling like she was bullied in the villa. Well, I would love to hear how the cast feels about them allegedly being bullies to Huda. She felt like she was bullied in the villa, but then she also references a certain person. She doesn't say their name, but she says a certain person. So are you talking about Chelley? So Chelley, go ahead and get ready to respond. Because if y'all thought that Chelley was bullying her at that moment because she didn't want to talk, well, I hate to see how you guys are going to feel when she is forced to talk at that reunion. Yikes. But that's all I got. Okay. I wanted to come back, wanted to cover a little bit of Nicolandria, Pepe and Iris, and a little piece of Huda. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Of course, I'm Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like AJ.